So, the news that I wanted to talk about is Powell. We have to move on. Today I have to do a short stream. I have a date planned. Shockingly, guys. I am a married woman, guys. You know, I am a married woman. But today, Powell has a long to-do list for his last full year as Fed chef. So I guess this is his last chef day. Chief, not chef. Sorry. I know chef and chief. Sorry, 미안해요. But he's kind of like a chef too. You know, he has to cook people's stock prices. 거의 셰프처럼, you know. I'm getting hungry, man. But this was 5 days ago. But I wanted to bring. He's also a housewife, you know. I always found Powell's rule interesting, guys. Powell rule인가? Have you guys heard about that? Where he never goes out to eat lunch or anything with his female co-workers? 뭐 그런 거 있지 않아? Powell's law? Powell's rule? Isn't that something like a legit thing? Anyways, wait. Before we get started, let me just get water. I'm thirsty. 잠깐만. Thank you. Cooking my portfolio. Powell Opar. So today's one news, because I want to do shorter news today so that we can do kind of like a longer programming session. Not programming, but AI review day, and then go straight into 그 시기죠, 시기. Yeah. Thank you, Murray, for stopping by again. Thank you for the donation. Thank you. Good night. I owe you a Europe stream. EU stream. I will try to do EU stream. Guys, but I hope you guys understand my mother-in-law is a very nice person. My mom worries. My mom goes, Jinri, you should stop talking about your in-laws on stream. What if they watch? Boy, it's not like I swear I said anything bad. It's just I need to get it out somewhere. So let's just hope I don't get popular, guys. I just stay like this and enjoy, you know, and just keep yoinking you guys' you know, like beer money and so yeah, sharing is caring. Should I share my mother-in-law with you guys? I'm sharing her stories. You guys can also call her mother-in-law then. Which is weird, but it'll still work. So anyways, this was 4 or 5 days ago, but I heard because of this some news of Powell, the stock price at the time was doing bad. So I thought of kind of reading at least this one to see what he's up to. How's mother-in-law doing? She's doing great. I haven't texted her. So, Powell. It's his last year. So let's see what he has plans for his last year. 비측이 뭐예요? 비측이 뭐지? Yeah. So the summary that he has is main challenge is deciding where to stop rate cuts. Has he cut any rates since, or is it still... He just cut it once, right? See, I told you he's a chef, not a chief. 이럴 때 보면 진짜 요리사 같긴 해. 맨날 뭘 자르잖아. He has to cut. He should cut. I don't know. I guess it's all dependent. 국가 재산을 비트코인으로 전환해서 가지고 있자. 아, 그런 것도 있어요? 신기하다. So main challenge is deciding where to stop rate cuts is important. The balance sheet reductions, bank regulations also on the table. Trump administration policies could complicate the outlook. But well, it ends actually in 1.5 years. Why is this so slow? Oh my god, it's so slow. 트럼프가 그런 말을 했어요? 걔는 왜 이렇게 비트코인 좋아한대? So, it's better now. Hello! So, Fed Reserve will conclude its final meetings of 2024 on Wednesday, and next year will likely be Fed Chair Powell's last full one at the helm of the U.S. Central Bank. So, I guess it's every 4 years. Due to expire in May of 2026. More than 6 years as... 와, more than 6 years? 근데 진짜 오래 했다. Have been consequential, but the coming months could present new challenges as well as opportunity to close out some unfinished business. So, a couple of his list, it looks like unemployment, inflation, and interest rate. Inflation has been falling without a massive rise in joblessness. Jobless. Oh, really? So then, now they are cutting rates with debates underway about a stopping point. How much are they gonna stop? Or how much are they gonna cut? What's their stopping point? 그러네. So unemployment rate was decreasing a lot, but now I guess it's somewhat steady, a slow increase, which is bad. Is it also the same in the US, where in Korea the unemployment rate is getting really high too? I think they say maybe like 40% of people in their 20s to 30s are unemployed. But I guess this might be true for US as well. USA. But causing that is causing... What is this line? The Fed rate to increase. So Powell's main mission is completing the soft landing with inflation at 2% and full employment. Oh, so stop the unemployment. Almost. It's the same all around the world? In what's likely to be trickier weather with tax, tariff, and immigration policy that could make the economic landscape harder to read. 그치. For all the criticism that Powell-led Fed received for not raising interest rate quicker once inflation accelerated in 2021, rapid rate hikes that were eventually delivered, and the return of the global economy to a more normal footing after the COVID-19 pandemic have brought inflation close to the US Central Bank's 2% target. But the job isn't done. Over the next year, Powell will have a guide debate among policymakers over when to stop the rate cuts without going so far that the inflation rebounds or going so slow that the job market starts to decay. All while factoring in the policy of the new Trump administration. Oh, I think this is kind of the whole sum of what he has to do, is not only make inflation rate be stable in the 2% area, but also make people get a job. Plus, adjust to Trump's new policy. New policy? So he has to factor in all these three together. 그 the first question here is wait, how is inflation related to getting a job? Inflation and the job unemployment. Ah, so inflation as goes up, companies will hire. Inflation goes up means company will hire less, right? Which means population, unemployment rate will decrease. Increase. Right? Unemployment rate increase. So my question, what bought rumors say that recent 20s are not finding a job because not because of inflation, but I think just they just don't want to work. Is this true? Or the work-life balance is shitty? We go rumor. So not 100%. Slash no evidence. Companies can borrow more, which is going to be in line with Trump's policy. Borrow more money. Trump will borrow more money. No, I just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on this. I've just been hearing that a lot. So actually people are not finding job. Like, my question is, the unemployment rate is due to companies not posting? My question is this unemployment? Sorry, I've been spelling unemployment wrong. Due to people not wanting to find a job because of money, or they are not getting hired. Because unemployed means is more like this to me, is that they can't get hired. The jobs won't hire people because there's a lot of job openings. But I've been seeing rumors that people are not wanting to find a job, which feels more like not employment. Not employment. 느낌? Saying, like the wages, work ethic is very crappy. Because there's like issues with that, so I've been seeing reports on this. There are job postings that aren't actually hiring, job offering horrible wages and benefits, and men are turning towards under the table jobs. What are under the table jobs? What are those? Is this like OnlyFans? Cash job. Sorry. 근데 what are some cash jobs that men can do? I think women not sorry, I have dirty mind, but I think of women more towards like prostitute. 뭐 이런 거? Construction. Ah. There is white-collar jobs because the rate to borrow money is high, so companies are not borrowing money to hire. Borrowing money to hire. Companies are not borrowing money to hire. Ah. Ay. And then I think America asks too much for tax compared to how much they do. I think inside the tax, I mean, because not only do we pay for federal tax, but also state tax, right? So we pay tax twice, plus 뭐냐, insurance, medical insurance is not included there? So I understand like military and construction, those things, but 그냥 모르겠어. It doesn't. And local tax. But 그래. 그다음에, I mean, this is like not like as a individual living in the US, you'll have to pay state tax, what tax, local tax. city tax이구나. 그러니까 local tax. 그다음에 there's like, wait, is local tax part of it? But when you buy items, there's always like tax included. Is that the 2.2? Like I think Wisconsin was like 2.2% tax. 아닌가? Sales tax. 그러니까 sales tax. 그다음에 now they're asking for tip. 아씨 무슨 돈만 나가. So you just go out to buy and everything is money. No wonder people think money brings happiness. money는 행복, happiness. It depends on state. Oh, really? Oh, that's true. Anything... You get taxed when you receive money and spend money. 그러니까, is that weird? If any money is involved, 그러면 무조건 tax야. So I can see why people are wanting like cash under the table job. 근데 because of high tax rates, at least in certain states, and certain states, I think this is also, it kind of leads to like insurance, medical insurance and everything is that, or even we talked about how in New York they have the bus prices being too expensive and everything, kind of leads to that, where if people don't properly pay tax, then the state or even Fed will not have enough money to, like run the country. 그러면은 then the quality is lower, right? 그럼 quality가 떨어지고. It's lower. 그럼 또 이제 또 다시 bring up tax. 그러니까 이게 bad negative flow. So hopefully something should work out here. I don't know. Maybe we really need Robin Hood. It sucks that money is somewhat everything. Like when we are young, we are taught that money isn't everything. Money can't buy happiness, but it can make life easier, right? 좀 이런 느낌? So anyways, just going along with unemployment rate and everything is just, I think, very hard. So another thing is that some American companies are selling their business to foreign nation and hiring foreign works to cut costs paying American workers. 그러니까. I mean, that I can kind of side with the company in terms of cost benefit analysis. Cause I mean, if we think about it in terms of US and having Americans have more job, it makes sense. But I think because of, not saying it's a problem, but because of what's the word? Because of the concept of union. I mean, everywhere else has union, but US union was the scariest thing to me personally. It's personally, I think it was very hard for me to work with them. Because you know they have. I mean, everyone should get the proper treatment. And what was I talking? I was talking to my cousin. 근데 이제 like we want the best of each side, but union wants a better work-life environment, work-life balance, and company always wants the most. And they want to be very cost efficient, right? So, to be honest, these two does not correlate. These two cannot go together, right? 이거는 이제 does not work together. It's because if you want to be cost efficient, then we gotta make union work harder. But then if they want work-life balance, then they will not produce a lot of products, right? So that's why a lot of, especially manufacturing companies, will side towards more of asking foreigners, especially the cheap ones are Mexico, China. Actually, most places in Latin American country, or even Southeast Asian countries, the rates are much cheaper. I mean, this happens in Korea too, guys. So if Korea is even doing this, then America, why waste money? Hey God, I don't side with neither or. Like I think personally it's hard to side for, because both of them make sense. Honey, as a company, the better cost efficient like production we make, the better status or the better thing the company will be in, like the better condition, being like, hey, we can produce 5,000 like these aprons, but then like the union workers are gonna be like, I just want to make like 2 aprons a day because I want to have a better work-life balance, So this is where the engineers in the middle, like me, usually it's the process engineers, are dying. Because process engineers have to satisfy these two people being like, please, union, save me, help me, just to do this for me. Because unions, no, you go. I go to company, be like, company, please give them better work-life balance. Be like, do you want to lose your income? Shit, my income is like, my $5. 이런 거지. Guys, that's why you cannot side. The poorest people are the engineers in the middle trying to satisfy both sides. Like me. So yeah, union I think is, I can see where that is coming from. And to be honest, that's why I know like Trump's administration or their plan is to have less foreign workers, especially those who are not, or illegal foreign workers, right? But without them, the production rate is going to drop because, to be honest, American value their work-life balance way more than how much foreigners value theirs. So that one was a very hard one. I mean, I understand like where they're going at of having more Americans, because like unemployment rate is starting to go up, guys, right? It's 살짝 올라가잖아. 이렇게 살짝 slowly it's going up. 근데 so it's a challenge that we cannot solve. And no matter which choice the administration is going to make, whether it's keeping the illegal immigrants or, you know, like deporting them, no one will be satisfied. Not everyone will be satisfied with the choice that they make. So that's why I don't do politics. Ani, I think to do politics, you gotta be crazy. You're supposed to have a mindset where you can, I don't know, you just have to make a cult, I think, to be a politician. I mean, look at Mr. Yoon over here, man. He started. Stop talking about Yoon. I don't want Korean won. Because right now the dollar to won ratio is 1,450, which is the highest right now to $1. God, it used to be at least like 1,200. So if you guys are traveling to Korea, this is the time. It is pretty safe, but I will never be a politic YouTuber. I think that but did you know in Korea, like if you do YouTube related to politics, you can get lots of money. Either red or blue in Korea, because the ajishis are willing to pay, especially if you're a girl and you're like, we want so and so. 그럼 이제 막 yeah, and the bank account have lots of money. Donation 막. Take my money. You're supporting, very supportive. So that's why a lot of politicians are on YouTube. What can you get for 1,451? Like, I mean, you can go to Daiso and there's a lot of stuff for 1,001. Yeah, elections, I think no one is ever satisfied with the election. Everyone's gonna hate each other. So it's like fun to watch, but you know, obviously it's like our nation, right? How is it fun to watch if our nation, it looks like it's going to be crappy no matter what? So anyways, next one, the Trump inherits a tight economy. So what does he want? So he promised broad changes in tax, trade, immigration, and regulatory policy. This is a little something that I worried, and this is what we just talked about in terms of like the illegal, you know, I'm guessing the illegal immigrant. Illegal. And then obviously have tariffs. So you guys cannot use what's that Chinese app that I'm not recalling? that one Chinese app, you know, where you order AliExpress, you know, now if it used to be $5,000, or sorry, like $5 for something, you know, or Temu, everything's gonna be increasing. TikTok, if you buy anything on TikTok, I mean, but TikTok, they claim it's what, like a Singaporean CEO with American company, Alibaba. With an economy likely operating at or above its potential, lower taxes or looser regulation could spark higher inflation by boosting demand and growth even further. Widespread deportation of immigrants could constrain labor supply. See, so this is where we're talking about, if these people are going to leave, doesn't mean that American are going to be like, woo woo, we get better jobs. I doubt it. Because usually the labors that these people are doing are not the lovable, likable labor. So 이거는, I don't know. That one I think is the hardest. And put upward pressure on wages and prices. Tariffs could boost the cost of imported goods. Yeah, so now K products, you know, like if you want to eat kimchi, it's gonna cost like a lot. So poor mom. I don't think all illegal will be deported. Yeah. I mean, that's what he's hoping for, right? Either that, or he's just saying it to get the points, but not really deport illegal immigrants. I don't know. We'll see. But the effect won't be one-sided. Higher prices for imports could weaken demand. I mean, one thing is, what if they give those illegal immigrants a better opportunity to get citizenship? 이런 걸 해야 되나? Like, if they have a history of like hard workingship, 그러면 이제 시민권. 아 몰라, it's hard. 아 어렵다. I mean, honestly, anyone. 아 몰라. 근데 criminal records. 아휴. Personally, people with criminal records definitely shouldn't be anywhere alive, breathing. And personally, what is limbo? Crossing into the country with no documents is already illegal. 어려운 것 같아. 근데 as long as they've worked like diligently, there's no work history if under the table no work history. 그래, what if they work diligently but it was like drug selling? 그러면 어떡해? 와, I feel like Powell. 와, 어떡해? Guys, what if that happened? They worked diligently in US. They provided all your weeds. For those who smoke weeds. But your state is illegal in terms of weed. Still have to pay taxes for illegal income? 그러니까 난 또 그게 문제야. That's also another thing about illegal immigrants. That's like, so like, in terms of illegal immigrants, that's the two things I think of, right? Do we accept them versus do we let's kind of think the pros and cons of accepting versus deporting. Or why we should accept them versus deport them. Oh my god, I suck at drawing lines, guys. Sorry. 다음에 deport. 이거 딱 있으면, you know. We should accept them. 뭐 열심히, for those, like, if they were diligent workers, 그러면 당연히 for the nation 막 열심히 했다. You know, 딱 했고. And well, obviously there's like family probably involved where, you know, if they get sent back, then they will have to get away from family, and then for them to come back to US, we'll have to go through the process. I mean, but then, like what you guys are saying, taxes, they should pay the taxes too, but do they have the money to pay taxes? You know, we worry about that. Or 모르겠어. It's like, personally, one thing that comes to mind is, if they were to have a family, why didn't they sign up to give them green card? You know, for them to come legal. Is it because they don't have the money to pay the taxes? Limbo in this case is a state of uncertainty because they were fine and their renewal is in process. I did kind of under table work before. Really? Low-key immigrants might be more qualified and cheaper than the OG citizens. 그치? Depends on the country. Long wait. 그치? Even I'm waiting too, right? But even if it takes a long time, does it take like 10 years? 모르겠네. 그다음에 if they do under table stuff, 그러면은 좀, especially the really bad ones, like illegal 뭐 substance면은 then we should not accept these people, right? And then those who have maybe criminal background? 근데 이거 너무... Am I not being very understanding인 것도 같기도 하고. 아, 모르겠어. I don't know. I'm not Powell, 오빠. God, imagine how much stress they'd have to go through, right? There's always good reasons on each side of, you know, like, do we deport everyone? And then if we were to leave these people versus not those people, then people who got deported will be upset, being like, why haven't you deported that guy? And then start reporting and cause issue. 그치. I think a lot of, to be honest, now that I think about it, a lot of government work should be automated. Because it takes way too much. There should be automation. Yeah, like, you give them documentation and some records and, like, proof, then there should be automation instead of people having to go through. That's true. That's why I think 이게 참 어려워. I think this is the hardest. Yeah. But the effect won't be one-sided. Higher price for imports could weaken demands or shift consumers to local substitutes, for example. I mean, if they were to put tariffs, they should have better work-life, like, they should sponsor better work-life for Americans to, like, have the immigrants' job or something. I don't know how they are going to do that, but that's a lot of thinking. Determining how it all nets out for the things that Fed cares about, inflation and unemployment rate may be one of Powell's chief challenges. 그치, 이게 진짜 어렵겠다. But it's his last year. If I were him, I wouldn't work as hard. I'm already sick of, you know, having to have two different president have different ideologies and mindsets, and having to fight with citizens about how they are not liking the change and the blah 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 etc etc. Ugh. So anyways, Fed Treasury and mortgage security holdings, they're talking about the 2007. So quiet end to quantitative tightening. Fed's holding of US Treasury and mortgage-backed securities exploded during the pandemic as part of its effort to keep markets stable and support an economic recovery. Now the central bank is shrinking its balance sheet as maturing securities expire, a process known as quantitative tightening. Oh. So there is a limit to how far the balance sheet can shrink before it leaves the financial system short of reserves. All things equal, Powell and his colleagues would like the runoff to continue as long as possible. Yet, they also want to avoid disrupting overnight funding markets, as happened in 2019. Avoid disrupting overnight funding market? What is the overnight funding market? So he can go into another position. Maybe. That could also work too. And then sturdier framework. Part of Powell's legacy will be tied to the changes in monetary policy strategy that Fed debated in 2019 and approved in 2020, when the pandemic has shifted the central bank's focus to fix what was then massive unemployment. With a prior decade of low inflation as context, they adopted a new operating framework that put more weight on a jobs recovery, and pledged to use periods of high inflation to offset prior inflation misses. The approach fast grew out of a step with the economic in which the labor market recovered quickly, and that by 2021 showed signs of intensifying inflation. And he acknowledged the change he saw in 2020 were too focused on what was likely a unique set of circumstances, and review this year will determine if the framework should be amended again. So one challenge is how to be sure the operating guidelines avoid overcommitting to either of the Fed's two mandates. If the Deb, thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome to my channel. Can we get a shout out for Deb P? 어서오세요. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Deb is sending you love. Aww. Welcome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Nice to meet you. Welcome, welcome. She's a lawyer queen from Oklahoma? 그럼 바로 follow. You're a lawyer? Guys, we have someone smarter. She has a wig? Oh, that's cool. I have lots of wigs too. Hello, Deb. Welcome to my channel. Hello, hello, hello. How was your stream? Did you do anything fun? A qualified lawyer? Isn't that really good? A wig is a joke? Okay. Oh, 멋있다. That's so cool. She's going to murder me? Oh, sorry. So what'd she do? What'd you guys watch? What was her content today? What did she do? She baked. Adopted from Korea. Oh, you're adopted from Korea. Oh, gingerbread. Oh, you're 2 months into streaming. Oh, welcome. Did she move the desk? Did she move the desk? What desk? She has a desk? She has to move? A gingerbread house and just chatting. Anyways, welcome in. Welcome to my stream. For those who are new to my stream, nice to meet you. I'm Jinri. I'm not as smart as a lawyer, but I try to act smart. But I'm pretty dumb. I'm trying to learn about what Powell's plan is for 2025. And after that, I plan on doing a quick review of this really cool AI product that I saw. We're starting today. It's a lucky day for any IT people out there. I used to do some like minor programming on chat, but I got back to it because AI is, I think, going to be a bigger trend in 2025. So we're gonna review different AI products, and that's gonna come up soon. And then we're gonna play PoE. So yeah. Welcome in. Hello, guys. So, is it the free GitHub Copilot? No. No, I was kind of curious into looking at, but I found this website that I was like searching for some cool AI stuff. And once we get it rolling, I'll ask you guys to recommend me some cool AI products to review anyways. But I found this really cool website that allows you to that tells you the recent products or startup companies. It's not Kickstarter. So I like looked it in, and they had a lot of products, like AI related stuff. So that's why I was like, oh, I'll like use this for time being. So anyways, welcome in. We're gonna try to go through this. If the Fed comes out of this episode, So anyways, Powell has a lot to work on. I think the hardest thing is working on the top 3. Those are what I want to talk about. And then mortgage. And then last one is avoid a regulatory war. Along with fiscal policy, the Trump administration may try to overhaul how banks are regulated. Why? An area where the Fed has both direct responsibility as a supervisor and a broader financial stability and monetary policy interests as the economy's lender of last resort to otherwise credit-worthy financial institutions facing market strains. We don't need more international bank deregulation. What are some bank regulations, though? Oh. Powell focuses a lot of his energy as Fed chief in building relationship with members of Congress, and those ties may be important as lawmakers debate possible changes in bank regulation. I think we'll have a day to kind of look at some different bank regulations out there. I don't like... Why do we need bank regulations? What are some regulations that needs to be done in banks? Like to lend money for housing and stuff? 그런 건가? And the supervisory structure used to enforce them. I suspect there are going to be some major pushes from the Trump administration to change how the federal government implements financial policies. There may be calls for reforming the Fed right large. What is Fed right large? What is this? To have enough money on hand. To have enough money on hand. Qualifications for loan. How much to held liquid? 진짜 bank is like another industry that's I think really confusing. So you gotta be smart in that area. I thought they'd be more about mortgages. I don't know what mortgage security holding is. On a larger scale. Oh, thank you. I think so too. They make things complicated on purpose so that we can't do things. Banks are supposed to track where the money is coming from, audit people they're giving money to, and make sure that they aren't selling bad investments. They aren't selling bad. 그치. Banks make investments too. So, do you think Powell Oppa for 2025 will do a better job than he did 2024? What are some things that people are upset about for his 2024 acts? I guess the most important thing was why did he not cut rates? I mean, because of inflation and stuff, but actually being the Fed chief, I think is also a hard position. No matter what he does, he's not going to be liked. Because what he says also deals with the stock market too, is something that I realized and that I can notice. But yeah, and hopefully the situation will get better, hopefully, and make everyone happy and excited. That's the dream that everyone wants, right? So anyways, this was the one and only news that I wanted to read today. I think this was a great start of Monday for you guys, right before Christmas. Hopefully Christmas we won't have any bad news happening and everyone is being happy and safe and at least enjoying the Christmas spirit. So please, if you guys have not, don't forget to enjoy the Christmas spirit. And let's move on to our next content though. Are you guys excited? But I think I have to go to the bathroom before. So 잠깐만.